Welcome to this video series where we make 3 different games every single day. In today's video, we're making a wall that knocks back. It's a knockback wall, but if I run into this first, nothing's gonna happen, right? Then I'm gonna have this speed giver right here, which boosts my speed. Now when I run into this wall, it's gonna kick me back. Ichibe is gonna kick me back, right? So I can't pass this wall. Now I'm gonna show you how to make this. Only when you have the speed boost will it do that. There you go. Okay, so let's get started. What you're gonna need to do is first get started by making 3 parts. One block is going to be your speed giver that I have down here, right? That's this. I'm just gonna delete it. The other part is gonna be one wall, so you're just gonna create another part, right? And then you're gonna just stretch it out, make it big. You're gonna anchor it, and then you're just gonna duplicate it. So I'm just gonna press Ctrl D. You're gonna duplicate it, then you're gonna stretch it out a bit, and then you're gonna make it so that the wall here is like, so I have 2 walls here, right? One here, one here. But this wall, I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger than the first wall. So I'm just gonna show you what I mean. See, so you have one wall here, one wall there. So one wall outside another wall, and this bigger wall basically is gonna cover the first wall from all sides, right? So you can see this one's first is this wall, then it's this other wall. This wall that's outside is going to be called the padding wall, and we're going to make this invisible. And then this wall is actually the one that the player can't go through, so that's going to be this wall that we're going to put the picture on, right? So that's basically what we have here. So the outside wall is called the padding wall, the inside wall is the real wall. And the reason we do that is so that sometimes when a player runs into the wall, they're not correctly triggering the collision event. So by adding in this outer wall that's invisible, the player can't see it, we actually take the padding wall and we turn this collision off, so the player can collide and go through the padding wall, but they can't go through the real wall. So right, the can collide is on for the wall that's inside. And the reason we do that is sometimes when you hit a wall, the collision event doesn't trigger. So that's why we add an invisible wall that the player goes through to accurately trigger the collision event, and then they go inside and touch the other wall, so the player thinks they're actually hitting the real wall that they can see. They're not seeing the padding, and that always makes sure that you're triggering the collision event. You're gonna go under view and click on tag editor, which is gonna bring up this, and then you're gonna add a new tag called solid. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose both these walls here, and then we're just gonna check box this as solid, which will tag both walls as a solid. And then all you want to do is once you do that, right, we just go to the real wall and then we just add an image in front of it. So just hit decal, right, choose the decal object there. Once you hit the decal object, just choose a picture that you like. So go to your toolbox. I uploaded a picture of Ichibe from Bleach. You can go in here and choose whatever decal you want and just right click it, copy the asset ID and paste that inside of the texture. Once you do that, you have your wall. Then what you're going to want to do is so group the walls. So these 2 walls, you just basically group these 2 walls into a model and just call it walls, right? And then you go to your part, the original part here that you also made, and this part you add a script inside of it. Call that script speed giver. Just paste this in here. What it does is once the player goes through or touches that part, it makes the player's walk speed 50, and so once the player is going really fast by touching this part, then you have in replicated storage a remote event, call it bounce RE. Then in server script service, you want to add in a script called bounce manager, and this script right here is basically what will kick the player back. And this script, if you change this from 1 to, let's say, 500, it'll kick the player back further, right? And so if you want to make the player go back further when they touch this wall, you just change this number to something like 500. But I like to have 1 so that doesn't kick them too far back. And you can also apply some angular velocity to rotate the player when they get kicked. So once you do that, and this is a script under script service, then you go under starter player and you add a local script in here called sound player, and that's what plays the sound when the player gets kicked. And you just choose whatever sound you like, and you put that in here by just clicking on sound, right, and sound object, and then you go under the sound object and you paste the Roblox ID by just going to toolbox and selecting whatever sound you like from here. I chose the punch sound, so just copy which ones you want from here, and just like we did before, just copy asset ID and go in here and just paste it. Once you do that, you're basically good to go, right? So that goes under starter player scripts, and this sound goes under that local script. And now we get kicked, and there you go. That's how we do it. The link for this code is in the description below. It's on my website, like all the other scripts that I have on my website. Thanks for watching.